Hi, it's Phaedra, I'm back. So it is, let me just dump this in the bin. Oh, it's stuck on the bloody arm. Yeah. I'm back and it is, so the 7th of February. So we're in our last month of summer. I want to just take you on a little walk through how the flowers are going, where we're up to and what we've done so far. So I'll turn this around and I'll just try to quickly talk you through where we're up to. Here's the house patch. So we've got our dahlias. And look at this. I have no idea who she is because something messed up all my labels in the garden. But wow, I really love her. She's huge too. Like, I've already cut 2 flowers off this plant, but look, I'm starting to understand what people mean when they say that dahlias are just so prolific. This one, what is this? I don't even know. I do not remember ordering that. And this is another one that's kind of opening. It's a pretty colour. It's actually a little bit more orange in real life. It's just not showing up. So something I feel a little bit bothered about with the dahlias is the things that I ordered I don't think I got. I don't know whether they have labelled their tubers wrong when they dug them up and stored them, or if when they placed my order they just kind of didn't pay attention to what I ordered, or I don't know what's happened, but I don't seem to have the flowers that, well, I don't seem to have the ones that I ordered. Thankfully we're not growing them for anyone in particular, so it's probably not going to matter too much, and I guess we're getting a surprise, but it is a little bit annoying because I don't know what I've got, and I'm not the only person that has had this problem buying dahlia tubers in Australia. I'm in a dahlia group on Facebook, and there does seem to be a common thread of people having trouble with actually getting what they've ordered. And I think it could be a huge problem if you're growing a particular dahlia for something like a wedding, or you've got varieties that you want to be able to grow because you know that's what the florists want or anything like that. For us, it's not a huge problem because we're not growing them to order, and eventually we just will build up a lot of really pretty ones and have them to pick. So I'll flip this around and I'll keep showing you what's going on here. So we've got our beds. This is the zinnias that originally were the first ones we planted, and they're still going and they are gorgeous. And they've got amazing long stems. Just so pretty. Like this pink one. I think it was Salmon Queen. This is the, I can't remember, lime. I wish I could remember that now. This one I don't remember what that was, and it may have just been in a mix. And I'm actually letting it go to seed. I'm going to save the seed from this, but it is gorgeous. It's a little bit out of, oh, we've got one of those blue banded bees on one right now. Oh, don't fly away. Don't fly away. This is, oh, I love these. I'm so happy they're here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, that bee? We're so lucky. Okay. These are my very sad and pitiful, I think this is the Queen Lime series. I am so disappointed in them. I don't know whether I got crappy seeds or what happened, but they are miniature, and just none of them formed properly. I'm not sure if we've done something wrong or we just got kind of crappy stock or what happened. let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of what on earth it might be going on there. Here's some more zinnias we've popped in. So they're just getting going. I've cleaned up all of the sweet peas. They're all gone. I've collected the seeds. I don't think I'm going to grow those as cut flowers. I wasn't really sure what to do with them. They don't have a very long vase life. You've got to pick a lot to get a vase of them. I had very long stems, but as it warms up, the stems get shorter. So I don't know. I like the look of them, but I don't think I want to grow them as for cut flowers. We've put in some sunflowers. It's a bit hard to see on that angle. Let me go back here. Sunflowers just grow so fast. These ones are yellow empress. So I'll pop a picture up of what we're expecting that to look like. They just are so fast. I'll take you over to another bed that I planted. So these were seedlings. I'll take you over now to a bed that I planted from seed. This is our veggie patch where we've been moving it, so it still looks a little bit rough. And excuse you, got my daughter out here. She's a bit of a piggy. Okay, they've come up pretty fast. I need to pop out here and thin them. Because, look. So these are the dwarf sensation. These little ones in the front, and the back ones are the giant Russians. And I've got a whole heap of different varieties. Hey bug, could you lift up that? Can you just put that in the ground for me, just right where it is? So that's evening sun, right at the back. The dwarf sensation, I have a lot of those. I'm glad they came up. So this one, golden prominence. Paradise. Golden prominence. We've got double delight. Italian white. I am really excited about that one.
Mum, do you know who been this?
I don't know. Teddy bear. None of them actually germinated, and I feel really annoyed about it. And the lemon rush, one came up. So that's a bit disappointing because they were the two that I put on the end so I could see them from the house. So we're going to walk over to Kookaburras. Do you want to see it? They're watching us. So we're going to walk out to the bigger paddock. Bug. We're going to walk out to the bigger paddock and I'll talk you through what's going on out there. Well, as you know, this is our first year of flower farming. No, this is the first year. First season of flower farming. And we knew that we needed to constantly be planting seedlings and keeping on top of succession planting. But we really didn't do a good job of it. So we've kind of had... We've kind of had a whole month where there's really not been a lot other than the zinnias. So... And some things just took ages and other things just really didn't grow well. And I've grown cosmos before and it's just not growing anything like it did last year. So I'll flip this around, show you out here. So here we are. This bed here, I actually had dahlias that I started from seed, and they were fine, but it turned out they were just really short varieties. They were about 40 centimetres tall. So I ripped them out because I didn't really love the flowers. I wasn't going to keep the tubers. They weren't tall enough. The stems weren't long enough. That was just taking up room. So I used this bed. I actually planted some seed and it never germinated. And we look after things, we keep it moist. We don't have a lot of luck at direct sowing. I just don't know why. I really should be filming from the other way, shouldn't I? The tansy has finally started to bloom, and now it's really going crazy. And it really looks so cute in a bouquet. I'll pop a picture up of the types of...
There's a bee.
Where?
Right there, like me.
Oh, look, well, we've got I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bee there. That's just a normal honeybee. And then that little one flying right there is a little native bee. So we're so happy with all the bees and the really good insects that we've got. We've been lucky too, we really haven't seen many snakes. So for those sort of worried about farming because of snakes, I think majority of the time if they hear coming, they get out of the way. They just go. So here's some cosmos that it just looks so shabby. There's my coral fountain. I love it so much, and a friend just used some in her wedding. I love it. I can't wait to plant heaps of that next year. And it's got the most amazing feel to it. I'll get Marley to hold the camera for me actually, and we'll show you that. It is so soft and floaty, and even when it dries out it stays like that. It is just the coolest stuff. I think it might be this one's a lot lighter than the other one. I think it does get a little bleached from the sun, and as you can see the seeds coming out or whatever it is. So, and it did get all over the tables at the wedding, but it's worth it. Nobody cared that was sort of everywhere. What are these? Can't remember now. So there's a bit more of the coral fountain. Definitely we'll be planting much more of that. So
Make a bouquet.
hang on. Asters.
That's so deep.
They're really cute and they flower heaps, but the stems on mine are not that long, and I know I need to come and give them a trim. But I just don't know. I mean, there's plants that I'm not going to bother with again just because I didn't love them. Oh, here is the beautiful, gorgeous Statice. It is one of my favourites. And I've been using the white one in place of baby's breath. So, and it gives that little wispy pop. It's really cute. So the Statice will be growing so much of that next year. And here's another little crop of Zinnias. They were tiny. They were so short and so small. We've got a butterfly floating around. Oh, don't go. But look, they're just looking very happy. Very happy. Oh gosh. And the colours are gorgeous. Like there's salmon, there's the pale pink, and they're really fluffy. The red and the yellow, which I do really use a lot of red and yellow. My customers love colour, love bright colour. I only got a tiny bit of this gorgeous sort of purpley blue colour in the Statice. I'll take you over to the other field and just show you what's going on over there. You walk in front and I film. Hang on, just let me start, and you just walk like a normal person. Just walk normal. We're walking through there, Malia. I'm going to slow-mo this. Walk like a normal person. Watch for snakes. So this was the field that had all of the cornflower and the Queen Anne's lace, the false Queen Anne's lace, and the chocolate Queen Anne's lace. So as you can see, the what was it again? The cornflowers, they've all died off.
But there's still a little.
Oh, there's like a couple of little pink ones. Essentially the seed has just gone everywhere, which is sort of what I wanted. We're turning this into just a wildflower meadow. We've popped a few more zinnias in here and I've pinched them out, so they're just growing now. And I did try and direct sow some baby's breath, but it just didn't germinate. And oh look, there's a little tiny bit left that's still going, but it's so short and little. I loved the chocolate Queen Anne's lace. That is another one that is 100% being grown by us again. I didn't particularly love the white one. The reason I didn't really love the white Queen Anne's lace is because I've grown vegetables for years and it really reminded me way too much of carrot going to seed, which I know is pretty much what it is. Basically a flowering carrot, but I do sometimes put herbs or vegetables or seeded vegetables in bouquets, especially at the start of the season. I did that and it does look pretty, but I just didn't want to invest energy into growing something that is for me just a vegetable going to seed, especially if I didn't love it. I just really want to grow things that we love, and we kind of want to curate the farm so that when people come here, everything that they pick, they will love it. We've been working on the natives as well. I'll show you the seeds in a little bit, but we've also been pruning big natives so that we can, I'll just show you over here, so that we can have those sprouting really nicely with the juvenile leaves for next season. So you see all those really tall gums behind me? They're all coming out for two reasons. They shade out this patch all winter and it makes this paddock a little bit unusable. The second reason is if we cut them off to about waist height, they're going to shoot, and I'll show you exactly how it's going to look once that happens. Excuse the mess. We are in the middle of cleaning up this paddock, but that was a big tree and we cut it down and it's just sent side shoots off everywhere. And it's the same with this one. This tree we were actually going to remove and we haven't finished pulling the stump out. And it's a really messy cut that we did, but can you see what they do? You see down the bottom? So there's that big wide stump and then it sends new growth up. And that is where you get your eucalyptus.
But didn't that grow like a couple months?
Yeah, this is really fast, really fast. So we're going around the farm and we are tidying things up, but so right now everything looks like a terrible mess, but we have a nice plan, and I'll do a video of our plan and what we've planned for sort of the next 12 months as well. That's just our junk pile to burn. We can't burn it right now though because it's summer. But there was another one there, eucalyptus. This shades on it a little bit. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can go over here. I don't want to walk through that long grass right now. Things like that I just pick early in the morning, but that eucalyptus was really tall and we're in the process of cutting it right back so we can get those really nice new shoots from it. So yes, we have some really big plans for the farm, but like anything it takes time, and we've got a couple of other things we're doing. I've been a photographer for 10 years and the business has finally started to really take off. So I'm in the process of trying to manage that. I do real estate videos, so I'm just trying to keep that kind of kicking along enough for now. We've got the 3 kids and my husband is also working about, look, honestly, it's like 40 hours a week at his job, or 45, I think in the end it ends up being, with a lot of travel. So we are just so busy, and we also go to church and we're fairly busy with that. My husband's part of the bishopric. I do a job with the church for communications, so...
Communication, was that supposed to be for?
Well, it's probably a story for another day, but... So we are really doing this farm. We worked it out. So I do about 10 hours a week on it, and Moroni does around 25 hours a week on it. So it's almost a full-time job between the two of us in our spare time. So to give you a bit of an idea, if you're thinking of starting up a farm, it is really...
What's this?
Oh, this kid. I've sent her inside. So to give you an idea where, we're doing 35 hours a week between us on top of everything else. So if you're thinking of starting a flower farm, just be prepared to put a lot of work into it. And we're not even producing a lot. Like at the moment, this is a test run this year, just when we're only doing small amounts of a lot of things just to see what grows well, what we like. I mean, some things I just couldn't even be bothered picking because I didn't like them. Like the White Queen Anne's lace, I couldn't even be bothered picking it. I just let it go to seed and die. And it got that way with the cornflower as well. I was thankful it was there because there wasn't much else right at the start of spring when it was kind of coming through. But when other things started to come through, I just didn't want to pick it anymore. So I just let it go to seed and die too. It was the same with the paper daisies. I like them, they're so cute, but they're so hectic with the way that they bloom and they decide if they're coming out when the sun comes out and then they close up again. And it was just, I really wanted to dry a heap of those and use them for things. Maybe I'll try that again in the future, but right now I didn't have the time to invest in something that was just so finicky. Like, I just couldn't be bothered. There's probably a lot more flowers I'm thinking about that something else was the bulbs. I love gladiolas. They were so nice and customers loved them too. But for now, we've decided next season we aren't going to plant mass amounts of them. Only because we're trying to, not be floating in the red, with the farm, financially. And they're expensive bulbs. For those watching overseas, it is really expensive to buy bulbs here. We don't seem to have those amazing deals where you can get, 1,000 or a few thousand bulbs for, $100 or a couple of $100 or something like that. And I see others talking about that and I'm thinking, oh, if only we could do that here, but we just can't. And the return on them isn't enough to warrant it just yet. But I do love gladiolas. I'm going to put them in my own garden. And every now and again I might cut one for an arrangement or for a customer. Let me just show you these seedlings that we've got started now. This is our very pretty, sarcastic, veranda that we're using as a seed starting area because we haven't built one yet. But I've got a few things here. That's feverfew, sweet William, I don't know how to say this, Schizanthus. I've got 2 trays of that. Rudbeckia and the cinnamon basil. Which one was that one? That opal? No, I can't remember now. There's a bit more feverfew. Hang on, let me have a look. Oh yeah, it was the dark opal basil. And then down here, what's this one? Coriander. That's just for my husband. And more sweet William. So this is a summer coriander. We're giving it a go. So the summer coriander, the tag said it was a Mexican variety, but my husband's Mexican. He's never heard of it, so who knows? Maybe it's from a part of Mexico that he is not familiar with. I don't know. So yeah, I think that probably wraps up our farm tour for now. That's sort of what we've got going on. Those seedlings is planted really on the cusp of being ready in time for Mother's Day. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. We're kind of babying them, hoping that they'll be ready. The flowers will be ready for Mother's Day. We're about to hit Valentine's Day. I'm about to put a post up so that people can put their orders in for Valentine's Day. And I like to do something different. I want my arrangements to be a little bit quirky. So head over to my Instagram and have a look at what we've done. Maybe I'll pop a picture up if you're lucky. So thanks so much for watching. It's Phaedra Rodriguez from Noble Flowers. If you are interested in farming or farm DIY, flower farming, feel welcome to subscribe and follow along. This is our startup journey for the farm, and pretty much we're just showing everything. You see all those beautiful photos on Instagram of flower farms, and it's really not reality. So we're just doing it, showing you how it really is. And give me a like, send a comment, give me a comment if you've got one, and I'll see you next time.